a new band of rebels arose who were determined to carry the fight to Jerusalem. The Sicarii. To the Sicarii, anyone who wasn't fighting the Romans was a collaborator and worthy of death.
Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Give double honors to the elders that rule well, and say honors and shalom to all the brothers out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. It's the brother Alazar Ben Loya, aka the Gorilla Hebrew, and I want to talk about Edom, aka America, because America is a pseudonym. This is really, ancient Babylon, but, it's in the spirit of ancient Babylon, yet it is ran by the nation of people known as the Edomites, the so-called Caucasian, the so-called white man. That is who runs this country. So this country is really Edom, under the vibrations of Babylon, okay? And Egypt, as well as other wicked kingdoms. But the other day I was watching the latest Transformers movie, Age of Extinction is called. And while watching that movie, he went to a government official's office, and on the wall in his office it had a statement regarding freedom. But when the camera panned, there was something on his desk that was blocking the F, R, and the E of freedom, and all it said was Edom. And I said, God damn, it's like they're putting it in our faces. Everything that this so-called white man does is being that he's the devil, is very divisive. Okay, so it wasn't by accident, and it's not by accident that they put this term freedom everywhere, which, coincidentally enough, the suffix of that word is Edom, okay, which is who they truly are. There's even a picture of an eagle, and it says, America, let freedom reign. You drop that FRE off that freedom and say, let Edom reign, because this is what we're living in. We're living in the reign of Edom. And it's no coincidence that the eagle is their symbol of freedom. Okay? Let's go to the book of Obadiah. This whole book of Obadiah is dedicated only to the Edomites. Okay? Now in the book of Obadiah, in the 4th verse, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Right? The Romans did it. Other kingdoms did it. In this day and age, the principal people who do it are who? The American cracker, the American so-called white person, the Edomites, okay? And though thou set thy nest among the stars, like they had on that Susan B. Anthony coin, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. So this is a prophecy that the prophet Obadiah gave in reference to Edom being synonymous with the eagle, Edom exalting itself, making its nest with the stars like this white man in America does, and how when he did this, the so-called white man would get brought down by Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, by the Most High God. He's going to send his son to put an end to all of this. That's prophecy. Let's go into the book of Habakkuk, the 1st chapter, starting at verse 7. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. This initially is talking about the ancient Babylonian Empire, being that this American empire ran by these crackers is being ran under the spirit, the same exact spirit and the same agenda of ancient Babylon. These things said about ancient Babylon are applicable to this modern day Babylon ran by the Edomites. It's no coincidence that when you read in chapters like Ezekiel 25, you see that Edom's judgment and Babylon's judgment are identical. Why? Because the new Babylon will be ran by the Edomites. The Edomites would take the place of the Chaldeans, or the elites of Babylon, which were originally Cushites, people of color. Well, let me continue. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far, right? Because they came from far to get us up out of West Africa and bring us over here to the Americas. Before they got us up out of West Africa, they came from far, from Europe into the Americas to conquer our brothers, the Latinos and the Native American Indians, the Northern Kingdom. Their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. And this is what the so-called white man was when he conquered the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. An eagle that hasteth to eat. Verse 9. They shall come all for violence. And this is what the white man came for. Violence. All he's done throughout the whole planet Earth is violence. That's what this devil is known for, violence. But it goes back into the blessing that our forefather Isaac gave to Edom, which that would be their blessing, to dwell in the fatness of the earth and to live by their sword, man. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall suck up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. Who is as the sand of the sea? We are, the nation of Israel. But we were gathered into captivity by this devil, this cracker, principally here in America. Verse 10. And they shall scoff at the kings. We had kingdoms and great empires set up in West Africa, as did our brothers over here in the Americas. They scoffed at us. They scoffed at our heritage. They scoffed at the empires we had, and they scoffed at the other kings of the earth. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. And this is what that American cracker has done. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 49, because it's no coincidence that this weak devil, this so-called white man, was able to do it. It's no coincidence that this occurred. He didn't do this on his own, recognizance. This was judgment upon us from the Most High God. Deuteronomy 28 and 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, which are these so-called white people, as swift as the eagle, right? And they're synonymous with that eagle. And they were swift as the eagle, like we read in Habakkuk. What did it say? They shall fly as an eagle that hasteth to eat. That's how swift this eagle was, which is the so-called white man. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, because we didn't understand English and French and Dutch and Portuguese and Spanish when they hit the shores of the places we were. Let's go to Hosea 8:1. Set the trumpet to thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord. Who is the house of the Lord? The Israelites, the Black, the Hispanic, and the Native American man. And they came as an eagle against us because they have transgressed my covenant. Why did they do this? Why did the Most High send them to us? Why did he allow them to conquer us? Because we had transgressed the covenant, the law, statutes, and commandments that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua gave to us, and trespass against my law. That is why the Most High allowed this devil to do what he did. Because of us transgressing the covenant. A covenant is a legal binding agreement or contract. Violations of contract lead to reprisals. The reprisal of the contract that we made with the Most High is getting put into captivity because we violated the contract. Does that null and void the contract? No. But we have to deal with the reprisals of the contract. We still had that contract with the Most High. Is he going to give us a new contract? Yes, but it's still based upon the old contract. But instead, he's going to put the old contract into us. Okay, but that's an entirely different subject. Let's go to Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 49 and 16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee. Whose terribleness? The terribleness of the so-called white man. And the pride of thine heart, O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Because they come out of the caves, and everything they do, all the great tall buildings and structures that they make are all indicative and in resemblance of the ancient caves in which they sprang from, whether it was in Petra, in the original land of Edom and Mount Seir, or whether it was the Caucasus foothills of Georgia, Russia. These crackers love caves. Okay? that holdest the height of the hill, meaning are the principal nation of the planet Earth, that rule the entire earth, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, which is what they do. That's why their favorite symbol is that eagle. They're making their nest as the eagle. I will bring thee down from thence. So the Most High said, what is he going to do? He's going to bring him down. As we already read in the book of Obadiah, saith the Lord, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. Who is going to fly as an eagle? Yahweh Shai. The Most High is going to send his son Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is going to send his son Yahweh Shai to spread his wings as an eagle over Basra, which is going to be to get back. You've been exalting yourself as the eagle. You've been symbolizing the eagle in all your endeavors. But now Yahweh Shai is going to come in that same fashion. Who the world nobody calls Christ is going to come in that same fashion to conquer you. Because the so-called white man has major retribution coming his way for all the wickedness that he has wrought in the earth. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. That's going to be the judgment. The mighty men of Edom, the mighty men of Teman are going to turn to bitches when Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai puts judgment upon them. When Yahweh Shai and the angels and the elect stand up to fight them and put them in slavery. Lord, will we be a part of them men? But this whole time these devils have been craftily putting it in our faces that Edom is reigning. But soon enough, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that will come to an end. And with that, call hello Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and Shalom to the elect and the 1/3.